Hello everyone, it's Joseph from BlueToastGaming. Here we have Jordan,
Hey.
and our friend Anthony from PastorPlaysPokemon.
Hey, what's up everyone?
With the Pokemon Presents coming out tomorrow, we wanted to share our predictions and wants from Pokemon Legends ZA. Also, just a heads up, the three of us have not seen any leaks at the time of recording, so we're going based off our own thoughts. Let's first start with Mega Evolutions. Now this first one's not going to be a prediction, this is just something I wanted to bring up. Obviously, Feraligatr, Magnanium, and Emboar are the starters for this generation. I believe they're going to get Mega Evolutions. I wanted to address it, but I also didn't want it to be my official prediction. With my first prediction, we're going to go with the Kalos starter trio, especially for Ninja. Back in X and Y, they gave us Mega Evolutions for the original trio, so if any starters deserve Mega Evolutions, it would be the generation that introduced Mega Evolutions in the first place. So, Jordan, let's go with yours.
Let's kick things off with a more straightforward prediction. Frostlass. Its counterpart, Glalie, received a Mega Evolution back in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but Frostlass completely left out. No Mega, no new form, nothing.
Now, I'm going to have a simple rule for my predictions, and I'm not going to go with what I think is going to happen, rather what I would like to happen. Looking at you, Game Freak. And the first prediction I'm going to unleash is to show this Gen 1 Pokemon a little bit more love, and I'm talking about Dragonite. Dragonite has not received a regional nor a Gigantamax. I believe that giving him a Mega will show him the love that he much deserves.
My next prediction, I'm actually going to stick with more starters. This is the second most popular Pokemon behind Pikachu, Charizard. Now I know what you're thinking, Charizard already has 2 Mega Evolutions. Well, I understand that. But Charizard is the most overhyped Pokemon, and that's why I think the Pokemon Company will continue to overhype Charizard with the first Mega Evolution Z. I'm calling it, we're getting another Charizard Mega Evolution, and even though fans are going to hate it, they're still going to use it.
Next up is a Pokemon that's long overdue for an upgrade, Spinda. Let's be real, this thing is practically unusable. Its base stats are 60 across the board, making it one of the weakest Pokemon in both competitive play and in a typical in-game team. Sure, it does have the hidden ability, Contrary, which has some serious potential, but here's the catch. Spinda can't even learn moves that lower its own stats to take advantage of it, unless you somehow transfer one from Pokemon Black and White with the special Dream World move, Superpower. And who's actually going to go through all that effort for a Pokemon that faints if you look at it? On top of that, abilities were absent in Legends Arceus, so Spinda will still be useless. I think it's time for this Pokemon to get a Mega Evolution of its own.
Now, for my second prediction, I'm going to keep it in generation, and I think that Goodra deserves a Mega form. Now, let me explain the nuances of this, because I know people are going to say, we have a Hisuian Goodra. I'm saying just regular Goodra gets a Mega. I think doing a Mega Hisuian Goodra and a Mega regular Goodra is too complicated and messy, so I think regular Goodra will get a Mega Evolution during Legends ZA.
For my next prediction, I'm going to step away from the starters. This is a Mega Evolution I've wanted since Mega Evolutions were introduced. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire failed at introducing this Pokemon, so I'm counting on you, Legends ZA. Mega Yanmega. It'll be the first Dragon Bug Pokemon that we've all wanted for years. There's no losing here, Game Freak. Make it happen.
I'm going to build off of Joseph's answer, but instead of his pick, I'm going with Flygon. Let's be honest, Flygon has been living in the shadow of stronger dragons for a while. First, it was overshadowed by Salamence in Gen 3. Then right when it had a chance to shine, then along came Garchomp in Gen 4 to completely outclass it. And you know what both of those Pokemon have in common? They already have Mega Evolutions. Meanwhile, Flygon got nothing. Give Flygon a Mega Evolution, and while we're at it, make it Dragon Bug, and it finally gives us a strong type combo that's been long overdue.
For my final Mega Evolution prediction, I think I'm going to go the easy route, and I'm going to go ahead and say Mega Zygarde. I think with Pokemon Z being cancelled, and this basically being its replacement, we are going to put more emphasis on Zygarde as a Pokemon, and I think the best way to do that is to give it a Mega.
So it's safe to say that we are going to get new Mega Evolutions. But I also noticed we're getting an internal Flower Flora. So I'm wondering if there are going to be other Pokemon variations. For example, some Pokemon get new evolutions, branched evolutions, regional forms, paradox, or even conversion species. For me, I'm gonna go with my favorite Pokemon line, the Porygon family, in specific, a new branched evolution for Porygon 2. Allow me to introduce you to Porygon A. This game is Legend ZA. We already have Porygon Z, so we can have the antivirus Pokemon Porygon A. It just makes too much sense.
My next prediction is Furret, and I think it's going to get the Zigzagoon treatment. You know what I mean, a regional variant and a brand new third evolution. Right now, Furret has a base stat total of 415, which puts it in the why even bother category. For comparison, Garbodor, the literal trash Pokemon, has a base stat total of 474. That means Furret is statistically worse than garbage. But I think Pokemon Legends ZA could finally redeem it. Since fairy types are introduced in this region, I predict Furret's variant will adapt to fight them, evolving into a normal poison type. That typing would eliminate its fighting weakness and leave it only weak to ground and psychic. I'm calling the new evolution Toxette, and predicting it to be used by the antagonist team in this game.
For my final prediction, I'm predicting that Feraligatr, Meganium, and Emboar will not be getting Mega Evolutions, but will rather be getting regional variants for their final forms. If Legends Arceus is any indicator, Game Freak is okay with branching out their starters from their pack and giving them regional variants. But Game Freak has a track record of not liking to give a certain starter a new gimmick without the rest of their trio getting the exact same gimmick. Look at Pokemon X and Y. Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur all got Mega Evolutions, as well as Mega Blaziken. Then when Oras came out, Swampert and Sceptile also got Mega Evolutions to help complete the set. I don't see Game Freak giving 2 out of the 3 Gen 2 Pokemon Mega Evolutions and then giving 1 Gen 5 starter a Mega without giving the rest of those trios Megas. But I also don't see those other Pokemon getting Megas in this game. Therefore, I think the safe prediction is that those 3 will be getting regional variants instead, and have each type have a clear advantage over another Pokemon, forming a nice little perfect triangle. When it comes to Meganium, I would give it the grass and fairy typing. Emboar would lose its fighting typing in favor for a fire steel typing, and that would leave Feraligatr with water fighting to form that perfect little triangle.
And those are some of our predictions and wants for Pokemon Legends CA. Big shout out for PastorPlaysPokemon for joining us.
I've been Pastor Plays, and thank you to BlueToastGaming for having me as a guest on their video.
Be sure to check out his channel and show some support over there. We would also love to hear your predictions and what you want out of the game as well in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and stay toasty.